Today I'm gonna show you how to make a delicious, nice and creamy butternut squash soup. Now, as you can see, I already cut this and clean it out. When you cut it in half, you'll have the seed in here. You just scoop it out with a spoon and you're ready to go. So we're gonna do this. The one great things I like to do with any of my soup, vegetable soup especially, is add other vegetables to actually complement the flavor, or more like layer in the flavor. So onion is one of the vegetables I always add as a seasoning. I usually use other vegetables as seasoning for some of my dishes. So cut this in half. Just add the onion in here, not too much because I don't want it to be too oniony, if that's a word. So you have some garlic, celery, so just a little bit. You don't have to add a lot, just a little bit of celery, just like a half a stalk of celery. Add it in there. Thyme, again, you can add any of the herbs to really give your food some good flavors. Now I'm going to roast this within here. To give it that flavor that I need. You can add any season you have in your cabinet or things that you like. I love Italian seasoning. I love Mexican seasoning. So Mexican adobo is what I'm using today. So again, layering flavors give your food great taste for the final product. And just a little bit of salt. Again, if you have any problems in terms of hypertension and any problem with salt, you don't have to add a lot of salt, just a pinch, just to bring that all the flavors together. I'm gonna add it in my pot here and roast it. Now, the other thing you can do is add a little bit of water or stock in the bottom of the pot to create some good steam to cook it faster. And make sure your oven is at 375. You can keep it at 350 if you have a very hot oven. The other thing I'm gonna add in the soup to make it a little creamy, because I don't want any dairy products, I'm just gonna add a little bit of coconut milk for the roasting part of it. A little bit of olive oil in here. Don't have to put much. Cover, and we're gonna go ahead and roast it for about 40 minutes. You can smell it. If your oven is hotter than mine, you can smell it when it's done, and you can just take it out and touch it and you see if it's done. Now that it's been about 40 minutes, I'm gonna go ahead and take the squash out. You're just gonna take this out of the skin. Just scoop it out from here. You just scoop this out. You don't need this anymore. And scoop the meat out and put it in here and leave the skin alone. But because we have a good blender, a good Vitamix, I just put everything in. It gives you good fiber and add flavor. So just put everything in. Add the stock, the liquid that you actually cook it in. Add that in there. Don't throw that away. I'm gonna move this here. And we just add some more stock. So what I did, I get some vegetable stock, bring it to boil. Now I can just go ahead and add this on here. You can add nice water in there too, because sometimes I add water, add some other vegetable in the water, bring it to boil. If you don't have stock, you can use plain water to get this going. So I usually add a little bit of olive oil in here. You don't have to. I add a little salt, because I know I didn't put a lot of salt. I'm gonna just put just 2 pinches of salt just for flavor, and a little bit of that oregano Mexican adobo that I was doing earlier, and just go ahead and blend. You start slow, and you just blend it up. Look at that. A nice creamy soup. Bon appetit!